The PS5 sits between two ears of gaming, the older world of a physical ownership, and a newer digital ecosystem. It feels like the console is caught in a transition, standing in the middle of a system that is steadily moving away from disk and towards fully online access. Even when both let you play the same game, the legal and practical scrutiny underneath are very different. A disc is closer to a book or a vinyl record, and it can outlive storefront accounts and sometimes even company that publish it. A digital license is closer to a key that fits a specific lock, and the lock can change shape over time. That said, there are few counterparts that keep the picture less absolute, that you own nothing now. Digital ecosystems do sometimes preserve access better than physical media in practice. No disk rot, no scratches, no lost cases under a sofa civilization. And while storefront delisting happened, outright loss of access for already purchased games is still relatively rare on major platforms, though not impossible, which is an uneasy part. On the physical side, ownership is also getting quietly redefined. Modern disks often act like a install token that complete standalone media. So the truth ends up being less like a binary and more like a sliding snail. Physical games still preserve secondary markets, lending, and permanence. Digital games maximize convenient, instant access, and platform integration. Modern consoles, including the PlayStation 5 era, increasingly blur both. On your bigger question, whatever our all digital future is worth it. It probably depends on what kind of value you care about the most. If gaming is primarily access, digital wins easily. If gaming is also collection, preservation, release, and independence from platforms, physical media still matter in a way that feels increasingly like a niche with cultural weight rather than default. Physical games equals possession of things. Digital games equals permission to access a server. Right now, you are still allowed to choose between models. The real inflection point comes when that choice quietly stops feeling like a choice at all. On paper, there is a big difference between physical and digital games. A physical copy is something you own and can move around freely. A digital game is a usually license tied to an account controlled by the platform holders. That difference matters more than it first appears. With physical games, you can resell them, lend them, or keep them indefinitely. Even if a store shut down, your disc still works. With digital games, access depends on servers, accounts, and company policies. If those change, your access can change too. This is where the concerns start. Digital stores are convenient, but they also centralize control. If one platform becomes the main place to buy games, it can quietly gain power over pricing, availability, and rules that reduce competition, especially compared to physical games market, where second-hand sales and different retailers keep the prices in check. We already see signs of this shift. Games can be removed from digital stores entirely. Licensing agreements expire. Older titles sometimes disappear for new buyers, even if they still exist physically. In a fully digital future, that problem would become a normal instead of an exceptional. There is an issue of a long-term access. Digital libraries depends on a company's maintenance servers and account systems. If an account is locked, a server change, or platform shut down, access to purchase games can become completed or even impossible. That risk does not exist in the same way that with the physical media. Even consoles like the PlayStation 5 still rely heavily on online verifications, downloads, and purchase. So even a physical ownership is already practically dependent on a digital infrastructure. The industry argument is that digital is more efficient, and in many ways it is. It reduces manufacturing cost, simplifies distribution, and makes buying games instant. But efficiency is not same as customer protection. The concern is what gets lost: release rights, lending, long-term preservations, and independent from a single platform. Those are not small features. They are part of how ownership in games used to work. If the industry continues moving in this direction, the risk is not just all digital future. Sony's announcement on July 1st, 2026, that it will end physical disc production for new PlayStation games from January 2028 showed that this shift is no longer theoretical. It is a future where buying a game may no longer mean owning it in a meaningful sense, and where players have a fewer choice about how they access it and keep their games.